G'day, I'm Martin Larcombe, and today we're going to try and answer a question on how I start and teach turnaround. I guess basically I want to have like a lot of body control on them in order to achieve the most efficient turn that I can get on any particular horse. So what I'll do, I'll just run through a few steps that are important to me in order to get that. So anyway, this mare's a 3-year-old, but this is all stuff that we do like on the 2-year-olds. So I want to know that I can get them really supple left and right, okay? So I can take her nose clear around here without it affecting the rest of her body, making her back end swing out or her shoulders leave or want to dive into the turn. I'm a little bit different to some in that for the 2-year-olds, I don't teach them to turn initially off of this direct rein, okay? I know, that's a lot of people that direct rein makes them turn, and that's fine. But a big part of my program is that I want to get that lateral sort of softness there like that. And I don't want that being interpreted by the horse as asking him or her to want to take that shoulder and follow that inside rein so much, okay? I'm a big one for their shoulders moving away from an indirect rein, an outside neck rein, okay? And so I'll start that with the 2-year-olds pretty much right off the bat. As soon as you can kind of get some semblance of control over them, I'm going to be steering them off a neck rein. Ultimately, we have to go to 2 hands on these things, to 1 hand, sorry. So we're starting at 2 hands. We need to go 1 hand at some point. So to me, you might as well start teaching them straight off the bat as much as possible what a neck rein means, and then reinforcing it with your direct rein as need be, okay? So anyway, in the very early stages, I get them soft here. I'm also working on controlling their body, which you'd use your feet to do that, your legs. If I can trot them around at the start and push their hip out a step or 2, then I'll take that leg away, push that hip out, okay, get a response, and then just let them relax until such time as you develop that to the point where you can control pretty much most steps that they take with your feet, okay, and combination of your feet and your hands, all right? So anyway, we're getting to the point where, we can kind of get their bodies and push them around. And so for me, that's time that I can start to get their shoulders and start to turn their shoulders a little bit, which basically becomes a spin. Because for me, the spin is not a trick in itself, that somehow or another we get into a spin and then they just learn that through doing that trick over and over, okay? For me, the spin is a result of the fact that I've asked their shoulders to move over a stationary back end, okay? I'm not sure if that makes a lot of sense, but a lot of times I'll go and try 2-year-olds or whatever, and they can turn, but they just spin because of the fact that they've somehow or another they've been kind of fell into that position, and then they just learn through repetition, okay, how to turn. But there's no components that you can break down to that turn. I want to be able to know that I can take a hold of different parts of their body and do different things, and then as a result that becomes the spin, okay, if that makes sense. So anyway, initially with the 2-year-olds, I'll go ahead and bend them around, but they don't turn until such time as they feel that neck rein. If I need to follow that up with an outside leg, I'll just kind of bump on them with that outside leg and get their shoulders turning away from that neck rein, okay? So this is the very early stages for me of the turn. I'm asking them to stay soft here, in this case to the left. No neck rein, turn, okay? Neck rein away, we quit turning, okay? I keep a hold of that left rein, keep bending on around here. Neck rein, we turn. She kind of stopped on me a little bit, but that's okay. Neck rein away, okay? She's kind of a fair way past this, so for her it's kind of, she's kind of thinking a little bit, what are we doing? But that's fine. So we'll bend around here. You know, I want to know that she's soft and through the neck, through the pole, through the mouth. Her body's good. She's kind of wrapping around this inside right leg here a little bit. And then when that outside rein's introduced, that means turn, okay? At any point, if I need to do something else, maybe take this right rein and soften her a little bit, I can. But the constant is that outside rein means turn. When that outside rein comes away, they stop turning, okay? So that's basically my program for starting to turn. And over time, it just gets more and more, and pretty quick. I want to be able to just turn them off a neck rein, okay? And also too, don't make it too complicated, okay? A lot of the time, like what I'll tell people at clinics, and that is, you know, that's right, that's left, and that's stop sort of thing. So, you know, there's for sure lots of little adjustments and everything we can make, but never lose sight of the fact that we want to ride these horses one-handed, and that if we move our hands, their shoulders better follow that hand, okay? If we move our rein hand, bottom line, that neck rein's telling that the shoulders to go somewhere, okay? So for me, that's real important that I've got that neck rein on them, okay? You know, let's see, we'll maybe troubleshoot a few areas that horses get into, that you might come across turning. Generally speaking, what you want is that this inside leg goes somewhere, okay? A lot of the time that's related to are they standing upright. If they're leaning in too much, like that inside leg, it'll be difficult for it to go in that direction, to step across and then allow the outside leg to come across, okay? So, you know, by having them soft on that inside rein, that usually takes control of that, because like you can kind of take that inside rein and take that inside leg and take it back this way a little bit, make them step across there, okay? The other thing might be that they're not moving a shoulder away from the neck rein enough, and they're pushing on you. They're getting a little stiff in the chin and in the pole turning. So you can trot them up into their face, and that's more a case of them pushing on this outside rein a little bit. When they get soft on that outside rein, go ahead and turn them, and that usually takes care more so of this outside leg. Another thing that might happen is their back end might move around a little bit too much. in that they don't just, you know, stay stationary behind. Usually that's as a result of them having some stiffness through their body somewhere, or not respecting the outside neck grain enough. But so go ahead and make sure that you've got all those components working, in that they're respecting the neck grain, they're soft through the body. You know, you can trot them around, you can wrap them around that inside leg pretty well. They're kind of nice and soft right through the body, and that'll usually take care of that. But you know, there's other little things you can do too, like if a horse is constantly, when you go to start this left turn, he wants to just swing his back end out of that turn. You know, what I might even do is like push that back end out, push that back end out. It's what they want to do in the turn is step that back end to the outside. So maybe go ahead and push that back end out for a while. Push it out, make that hard work and come in and turn them and see if they're happy to keep that back end in one spot. Okay, so just a little bit of reverse psychology. Or if they have trouble using that inside leg, you know, some horses too, you might turn them, maybe only turn one turn and try and lope off in the correct lead. And if they're not on that inside back leg, it's going to be difficult for them to lope off. Okay, first 4, 5, 6 times, it's going to be difficult for them. Then they start to anticipate and get on that correct back leg, so that they can lope off on that inside back leg. So that's, you know, just a couple of little troubleshooting things you can do as far as the turnaround goes. But the basic deal is they need to be real soft and supple. You need to have that control over their body with your hands and with your legs, and they need to have the respect for that neck grain. Okay.
Many horses need support in 4 key areas: joint, hoof, coat, and digestion. Our Smart Combo formulas allow you to cover all of these bases in one comprehensive supplement. With every Smart Combo formula, you can get the comprehensive support your horse deserves and save. Visit smartpack.com/smartcombo to get started.